And he is joining us, as you can see, live from London. So, Nigel, as the president gets off of Marine One there on the grounds of Buckingham Palace, what can we expect today?
Well, let's just say for him, for Donald Trump himself, this is a very big moment. His mother, as you know, was born and raised in Scotland, right. And his mother had a huge respect for the Queen, as indeed does President Trump. So he will be absolutely delighted to be there, and I'm sure that one of the things the Queen will talk to him about is the significance of this Thursday, of course, the 75th anniversary of D-Day. And you have to pinch yourself sometimes to remember that, of course, our Queen can remember D-Day because she's 93 years old.
Right, and there's going to be big celebrations on Wednesday commemorating that remarkable invasion that has not been replicated. Hopefully we'll never need to do it again. But as we come here, I'm just amazed at some networks. They're covering the protests with bated breath. But can you give me an idea, Nigel Farage, of how the president's viewed now that we've seen they've had a chance to know him for 2.5 years?
Well, I think when he was first elected, it was wall-to-wall negativity from the entire British press, and there was virtually nobody in public life in Britain standing up for the president. In fact, at times, I felt like he's only public supporter in the country. And it really was like that, I promise you.
Here comes Prince Charles. Go ahead,
But
Nigel.
things have changed. Things have changed. And that's because what we're now seeing, and even the Times of London admitted this in an editorial, what we're seeing is a political leader who made a series of promises that he's doing his utmost to keep to. And so his approval ratings in Britain are much, much better than they were 2.5 years ago. I know we've got these organised, paid-for protests, but it's funny because when the president of China comes, when people from Arab states that have very poor human rights records come, we get very low levels of protest. Right. So I think it's all a bit of show, but generally his reputation is on the up.
Well, this part of the show right now is here comes Prince Charles and Camilla. They are the official welcoming committee there at Buckingham Palace. Nigel, I know the president came out and has said he backs your no-deal Brexit, and he's praised you and Boris Johnson as well. What about the politics of the prince and the president? And
well, it's difficult because Prince Charles, of course, is very concerned about global warming. The president is sceptical about global warming. So there are some issues there of disagreement. But I'm certain of one thing, that the British royal family will treat President Trump, his family, with the utmost respect. But let's not pretend there aren't some quite sharp differences.
I know he was talking about you and your relationship with him, and he was hoping that he would have some time to see you and visit with you.